Alright, I think I am live. I might be not living yet. Hold on. 1 second. Alright. Okay, so I hope my sound is pretty good. I am going to try something a little bit different here. I'm gonna do the chat thingy. And then I'm gonna... Okay, I think I got it there. There you go. So that you guys could see the chat on the screen there. Okay. Hey Lionel, what's up? Thank you for joining. I'm trying to do the chat on the screen right now. Give me a minute. Oof. Oof. Crazy. Alright, so yesterday was a fun day. Appreciate everybody joining in. I know Expert was gracious enough to, kind enough to promote it on Discord. That's why we had a whole bunch of people coming in. I appreciate all that. Okay, I know. Yeah, good. It's been good. Just morning. Got my coffee here. You know, just trying to chill. How about yours? Are you at work today? Okay, let me fix that real quick. Alright, so hopefully everybody sees that. I'll keep an eye on the chat there for a minute. I think it's easier because if I... so yesterday live stream, I did an edited cut on the audio part. And yeah, it was like annoying. I'm sorry about that. So for people who rewatch the stream, they won't experience that at all. So that's why I did an edited cut. And so instead of it's in the live tab, it's going to be in just the regular recorded video. And it, you know, you can't miss it if you go to my channel and search it. You would find it. So today I was just going to be a continuation of what I was talking about. Of course, it's going to be about GameStop. You know, I mean, a little bit about GameStop, but just the price. We know what the company is doing. I'm not worried about it in that sense, but you know, people love to look at the price action and all that stuff. And so, I mean, it's not trading yet, obviously. So tomorrow will be a trading day. How is it going to play out? I don't know. You know, people are predicting that the stock market's going to go down, right? And there was a gentleman by the name of Ron Walker. He's a pretty good, this guy right here. You know, I do kind of follow him a lot on his video, and he does have a good prediction on the direction of the S&P 500, right? And yeah, give him a subscribe. I mean, he's pretty cool when he has like donations and all that stuff. If you want to donate to his channel, that would be amazing too, because again, he has good info that I kind of follow. And currently, if you look at his indicator right there, you know, he's predicting, you know, at least a pullback, right? I don't know if it's going to be the crash of a century here. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that, you know, there's going to be a pull down, whether it's 10% from here or 15% from here, and then continue to go higher. We don't know that. but he does have this indicator to kind of tell you when that is most likely to happen, right? And so yeah, go watch his channel, and he does this technical analysis, and based on, you know, a long time frame there. So if that's the case, if the S&P 500 come down, I bet you anything GME is going to come down as well. How low? We don't know, you know. I mean, you know, this type of technical analysis does kind of play out in the short term there. And if you kind of do that, you see that, you know, the rising wedge or whatever, so to speak. And then I think a bear flag, so to speak. And then if you measure that, that's usually what the price point is. I don't know if that's the correct way to do it, but if that's the case, it might come down to $12 again. But again, I mean, anything could happen. Hold on. For long-term investor, we don't care about all of this stuff though. But again, people love to look at the price point. Lionel, good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, you redacted the message there. What's happening? Okay, so let's get to the meat and potato of this live stream. I know most of you are gonna watch it back later. Hopefully my audio is doing well. How does it sound, Lionel? Okay, 1 second. So, okay, so I was thinking about, you know, this gentleman here, right? You know, little Bowtie Nation, right? Of course, he has good, you know, subscriber. Look at that, you know, 600,000 subscriber. And he, you know, come on the scene because I was watching this earlier, and then, you know, months ago when he was pumping AMC. Now, keep in mind this video right here. Well, this is the video that I already react to about GameStop. Obviously, he didn't think GameStop was doing anything good at all, right? Even though we have the ability to be a parent company now, he thinks that, oh, it's at the whims of, you know, Ryan Cohen. It's not successful because he has no really track record of doing that. Chewy, it was a lucky streak or whatever, but that was not profitable, right? The same narrative, whatever. But then he was pumping AMC 4 months ago, right? 4 months ago, it was August 29, okay? So if you look at the price point back then, August 29, 2023. August 29, 2023. So when did he pump it? Right here. That's the day that he was making that video right there. Okay. Now, I'm not saying anything. Okay? Like, it's just so happened it was the bottom. It was the very bottom at that moment, right? At that moment. It was the very bottom, and then the next day it surged. I mean, really? Can you time it that well? I mean, if you don't know anything about this company, how it's going to run, and, you know, whether you're connected with the, you know, I don't know. Again, me speculating here. I'm not saying that this guy know anything from the inside or anything. I'm just saying, like, really, can you time it really that perfect? You know, again, so this is evidently, you know, this is the price action. You could go and see it yourself. The day that he made that video was the bottom of that price, that and in that current moment. So let's listen into that particular video. Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let's listen to this portion of his video here.
Office sales. So box office sales for domestic movies here in the United States up 28% this year. That kind of surprised me. I guess last year was still a very much into that pandemic low. They're expecting 28% increase, and AMC to take 22% of that. I think that's very important. We're obviously still seeing a lot of competition from streaming. We're obviously still seeing lower box office receipts compared to pre-pandemic. But if AMC can take that commanding lead, that 22% share, then I think it's going to be able to take advantage of, as a lot of these other smaller cinemas bankrupt or really run out of cash. AMC is going to be able to take advantage of that and take more of that share. So even if it's a smaller pie, even if it's a smaller domestic box office and cinema market, AMC is still going to be able to take a commanding lead of that and higher revenues. Wedbush did increase their price target to $19, which again, that is almost double the current price, right around $11 per share. They increased that price on improving fundamentals that we'll talk about right now. It is interesting that they're still neutral on the recommendation. It was from a sell recommendation previously. So it's odd that some of these Wall Street analysts can say that they have a price target, a fair value for a stock that is almost double the current price. They're still not going to take a chance on the shares.
So that's pretty misleading, right? Of course, he used Wedbush analysis. We know who Wedbush analysis is. That's the the firm that gives Gamestop $6 price target, right? And so it's very suspicious to me that this guy, know the exact time. It was like hit the bottom, right? The bottom of the market at the time. And then, the next day it went up, right? Again, it's a pump. They knew when they're going to pump this stock. And then, of course, the next month it went up, and to try to pull more people in. I bet you anything, people was adding like crazy around here. And then the next few days, big red candle, right? And so with that, again, like this guy want people to buy into AMC, but not buying into GME. Remember, GME is not a good company. They're still burning or whatever. Like using the 9 month end to show you that they're losing money. Saying that, they're losing $50 million. Something like that. Hold on, let me see if I could find it. Like $53 million. I think that's what he was pointing out. But again, this is a 9 month end. So in the first 9 months of the year, yes, they did lose that much, or at least net loss of $56 million. But that's only the first 9 months. We all know that, and he probably know as well, he's not a dumb guy here, that trailing 12 should be the one that should be used in that analysis. Hold on 1 second. If you look at the trailing 12, it loses less. That's why he doesn't use it, right? If you use the 9 month, it's a lot higher loss. So that prevents people from, saying that, this company is actually doing much, much better than he reported to. But then, he overinflate the value of AMC at the time, at that bottom price level right there, right? So again, like these people have some sort of information. That's why he pumped it at that day, on that day. That video happened, really just so happened that it happens there, right there. Suspicious or no? And then the next day, guess what? What did he do? Another video about how he is. AMC just hit the bottom. When did he say that? And I'm buying, okay? September 7th. If you look at that day, oops, I hate this. If you look at that day, that is right here. Okay. Now, he might be like the genius of the meme stock over here, right? Because it seems like he's timing it perfectly, It's like, oh, I just hit the bottom. This is the bottom, right? Well, guess what? Yes, it's been the bottom, and then he's pumping it. He's saying that he's adding more, right, to his position. So let's listen in.
Hey, Bowtie Nation, Joseph Hogue here. Thank you for joining us for another Thursday news update. And what an update. Here we see shares of AMC Entertainment, ticker AMC, down to 6%, was down as much as 8% in early market trading. As I'm recording this, it was down 36% yesterday on the news that the company would go into the market, sell 40 million shares into the market. It was one of the catalysts I highlighted last week. A catalyst we knew was coming. We knew the company was going to issue these new shares. We knew it would hit the stock, and I believe it's going to be one of the catalysts that sends the stock higher.
So how does that make sense? They are selling 40 million shares into the market. It's gonna send the stock higher? How does dilution make the stock goes higher? And it seems like what Adam Aaron says too. Like every time I sell into the market, the stock goes higher. That's terrifyingly dumb, like to say, right? But of course, like they know this, and I feel like it's all a setup.
You call an exact bottom in this stock. The shares seem to go nowhere but down. But I just bought $39,000 in shares yesterday and today. I believe this next 2 months is going to be huge for the stock. You're going to see the shorts running for mercy, and I'm going to.
Oh, the next few months is running for mercy.
Why that is and the catalyst in this video. Before that, if you want to keep up with all the stock market news and trends, I want to personally
Yes.
It could send this stock rocketing higher. We saw last week that Wedbush upgraded its price target up to $19 per share for AMC. I think it gets there over the next couple of months. AMC is
okay. Did it? $19? Well, it went up to 10. $19 was up here, sir. And why $19? Like, Bowtie Nation. I feel like this is BS, But it's okay. So his analysis, he's saying it's going to go up to 19, right? Because of Wedbush analysis. Okay.
It's expected to take 22% share of the U.S. box office. I still believe that can go even higher. As some of the smaller theater chains really struggle and stumble into this post-pandemic reality of theater and the competition with streaming. I believe AMC is the strongest bet in cinema, and I believe these two catalysts that we have coming up over the next couple of months is really going to make the shorts scream for mercy, head for the exits. It's going to drive this stock higher. There are several catalysts that could send the stock higher. I'm going to talk about the big two in a little bit, but one could be just an end or any movement on Hollywood strike. These strikes by the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild are now approaching the longest strikes ever. Both sides want to see an end to these. They're going to weigh on cinemas, on production companies, on studios into the next year. These could get resolved over the next couple of months. That alone could give the stock the positive momentum it needs to start squeezing out some of these shorts. That combined with some of these other catalysts that I'm going to talk about. More than 17 million shares are borrowed and sold short. 32% of the float right now. Those investors, those hedge funds that are shorting the stock, they will have to go back into the market, buy back these stocks to close up their short position ahead of what could be a very good 2 months, what could be some very good price action and losses for these short sellers. Oh, one of the catalysts I talked about in last week's video was this share issue. We knew this was coming. We knew that the company was able to issue up to 390 million new shares because of the conversion that they had with the preferred shares, as well as the reverse stock split. We knew this was coming. We knew that they had to issue these shares. Okay, it has over $9.5 billion in debt. Now the maturities are quite a ways out. I think it has about $98 million in debt maturities that it needs to refinance or pay off here in 2024, and then about $1.5 billion there in 2025.
So you want people to buy into a debt of $9 billion company, the company that has $9 billion debt, and you still want people to buy into it, but a company that doesn't have any debt whatsoever, oh, don't touch it, because they they lose $56 million in the last 9 months. Come on, like, really? How much experience do you have, sir? Well, from what I'm seeing, you have a good experience over here. The first video that you make, it was like, oh, the very bottom. The next day it skyrocket, right? Oh, skyrocket. This is like a 30%, actually. Hold on, let me see. How long? Yeah, that's a 30% move. Of course, with some people with millions of dollars, I'm sure you probably make a lot of money there, right? Pumping that, the first video. And then the second video, oh, it hits a bare bottom, right? It just hits, I'm buying into it. And then how much were you able to accumulate then? Now, I have yet to see a video of you telling your audience that you sold out, right? In that particular video, you're saying that it's going to hit 19. That's what Wedbush is telling you, right? the analyst that you use in your video, saying it's going to hit that price point at some point. What's happening right now? Where's the video of you saying you're sold out or lost money or hold or whatever? So I wouldn't trust you to watch your video anymore. But again, I'm just being vicious here. Hi everybody. Hi Jay. Hi Giga. Home. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening. I don't know. Where are you? Are you in other countries? Is that why? Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Yeah, not much here. I'm just here chilling with you guys. I don't know, like this guy kind of, get under my skin, I feel like. But of course, like, people like this, they do have a good followers, and that's why it's very disheartening to me for people like this to have a platform, right? And nobody really, say anything. Of course, it's all his opinion. I get it. I don't know this guy personally, so I don't know what, his intention is. But if you are pumping a certain stock, right, that makes no sense. Like, especially AMC, right? Because I was in AMC too, I know quite a bit about AMC myself, and know how those type of narrative kind of like is still somehow alive. Like the short interest, the short's gonna run for the hill, and all that stuff. That terminology has been used for years, right? Now I know, like, Taylor Swift did a great concert. I did actually go to see that particular concert in the theater, and back then, it was already out 3 weeks already, so there weren't hardly anyone was in the theater. But I did enjoy the music though. I'm not the type to want to go to the actual concert because there's too many people, and I hate that. So I did see the value of showing, live concert on the movie theater for people like me. But how many people are like me, right? And also too, you've seen a lot of younger kids. So younger kids who enjoy her music couldn't get to the real concert, right? And so, you capture some of those population as well. Not quite sure how much they actually make from that concert. It was supposed to be the thing that will bring them to profitability and all that stuff. So it's remained to be seen. Currently, I think the last I heard, they were selling more shares into the market. Excuse me, 1 second. Sorry, I had to do something. Hey, Xbid, what's up? Thank you so much. The original cruise is here. Hi, Northstar. Thank you. Good afternoon. Appreciate you. Oh, where are you? Good afternoon already. Are you in New York or something? New York Stock Exchange, is that where you are, Northstar? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Right now, where I'm at, I'm only close to 11 o'clock, so you might be like a couple hours ahead of me. Happy New Year's, everyone. Yes. I don't know. I have no topic to go on here. So, yeah, ask me a question. What's going on? I don't know, like AMC to me, I think it should be a dead horse by now, but for some reason people still pump it. You have AMC Begum is still kind of promoting it, saying that you have to look at the banking system and all that stuff. Like, again, like, I don't understand why this guy don't get how, okay, it really doesn't matter what the stock price is doing, right? When you think about it, the most important thing is the guy who control the actual company, right? Now, people think that Adam Aarons is the one that controlled the company. It's not, right? We all know this. If you watch Marantz, it's private equity, right? It's the bondholders. It's the debt holder. Those $9 billion that they were in debt. Those debt is beholden to somebody, right? So even if Adam Aaron is, Ryan Cohen. Let's say Ryan Cohen is, the one is operating in AMC. He couldn't even change that company if he wanted to. Just like Bed Bath & Beyond. The reason why he couldn't make any changes, and he did an interview, he said it in the interview. It's like he had a standstill with the leadership because leadership didn't want to change, right? So when you cannot change leadership, whether it's from, the bondholder or the CEO, the executive at the time, the board of director or whatever, if they don't want to change the direction of the company, there's nothing that you could do as a retail investor, right? So it doesn't matter how much money you're putting into this. You're not going to move it. You're not going to scare them away because they have the leadership right in their pocket already. And that's what I realized, I am so glad, honestly, but I don't want to, say this because, again, like there are a lot of people hurt from this decision. The reverse stock split and all of that stuff. And still, people are still thinking that this is a viable company. AMC Bigham, advocating candy now. Oh, candy's coming out. Oh, they're going to have their own wine coming out. Remember that he used to pump like, what is it called? Credit card, right? Oh, look, we have credit card coming, popcorn's coming. Nothing else. I mean, is there anything else that they're going to watch? It's going to go to $2. They're going to be like, oh, this is it. This is it, you guys. So the next earning is going to be a little bit before GME. We are expected to for our earnings is sometime in March, end of March. AMC is going to be February. So yeah, it's I'm curious if they could pull anything. Of course, earnings per share is estimated to be down. Revenue 1.08. Is that going to be enough to even cover their debt? I don't think so. I mean, we all know what this company is about. Look at the debt versus cash flow, and look at the free cash flow. Close to $1 billion, right? And this is why they have to sell, come to the public to get cash, because look at the cash burn, This is from last year though. So people are expecting good things for this company, right? So last quarter they did a 4.4 million free cash flow, right? And they're saying, oh, it's going to continue from there. But thus far, last quarter was the only, free cash flow positive, which is only $4 million free cash flow positive, though. So that's not much. That's not even enough to make their interest payment. Yeah. UK. Oh, hi. Hello from the UK. Appreciate you being here. Chicago, working at CME. Oh. Is that like a option change? What is a CME? Let me Google this. CME Group. What? That's cool. If it's true though. New York. What is that? Mercantile Exchange. Not quite sure what that is, though. Popcorn stock, yes. Zero. Scam swapcorn. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I want this narrative to die, honestly. But again, there's going to be more new people coming in. Obviously, that's why they're still keeping it going, right? And that's what the heartbreaking part coming in is, that there's always going to be coming newcomers, and they're not going to know what's going on with this company, and they're going to believe in the narrative still. Hold on one second. Let me close the door real quick. Alright, I'm back. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I hope, like, people are kind of, like, wake up to that, right? That the only, a good company right now, if you want a short squeeze play, I'm not even, like, believing in a short squeeze anymore, because, again, like, retail is not going to move the market. It's a big institution out there. So, what does big institution like? Eventually they're going to switch their narrative for GameStop, eventually, right? All GameStop need to do is just continue to do what leadership has been doing. Look, we've been beating expectation 4 times in a row already, right? And we continue to be. Even, let me see, even on this day right here, or this quarter, we were beating expectation there on the earnings per share. This one beating at revenue, left and right, like even with the negative over here, we've been revenue as well. Over here, we've beaten revenue as well. You see, like consistently beating the top line revenue too, mind you, because like these people only care about the top line revenue, right? But for some reason, the stock doesn't do much. It went down. And so because they have the control over the stock, right? For now, I'm not saying forever here, because eventually they're gonna have to, give at some point. Hello, Scott Allen. Appreciate you being here. How's everybody? Just chilling here. I'm talking about GameStop and AMC as usual, right? I'm trying to chase some clouds here, you guys. This is why I go after big YouTubers out there. So help me out. No, I'm just like thinking about like the narrative that is being put out there about AMC and how this particular gentleman here kind of like, advocating people to buy into AMC, but yet, use wet bush analysis to say that Ryan Cohen is not doing much for the company, right? Referring to GME. And then when he talked about GME, he used that video to talk about other stocks that are, like, Rivian, like ChargePoint, again. But yeah, I react to this video already, so it's just ridiculous too, and the fact that he used certain data, right, the 9-month versus the trailing 12 months to show you a much higher loss for the company, it's misleading to say the least, right? So any honest dataless or analyst out there wouldn't do that, because you want a much more comprehensive data of at least, a year worth of, because that's the business cycle, is that you interpret, companies at least a year or even 5 years ahead of time, right? But in GameStop, because if you want to analyze GameStop right now, because we have better leadership, new leadership, it should just only be 3 years from the time that the new leadership is implemented, right? Or at least have some sort of influence in the company. So if you want to be fair to Ryan Cohen, to the company as at large, you only want to look into the 3 years time frame, right? Because again, before that, Ryan Cohen has nothing to do with it, right? Whatever the demise that it was then, people would like to bring up how, GameStop was terrible to their employee, blah, 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 blah. They don't do much for the employee and all that stuff, cutting down benefits. And in the meantime, people are laying off left and right here. At the very least, I think, Ryan Cohen cutting down the middle management part of the business. That's why he's now a chairman and executive CEO. And yesterday stream, somebody was like comparing Adam Aaron to Ryan Cohen. Number one, Ryan Cohen doesn't even take any salary. Okay. Number two, Ryan Cohen doesn't sell any shares yet of GameStop. Okay. Number three, he never diluted ever since then, right? Never dilute any shares of GameStop, only splitting it in 4 ways so that we have more of a share. Well, technically, value-wise, we're still owning the same amount, the same percentage of the company. Nothing changed there, but you have more shares. So, now that when you sell 1 share, you only sell 1/4 of the share, in comparison. So, again, like, you can't compare the two. Like what? Why would you say, Adam, what did he say? Ryan Cohen copied the playbook of Adam Aaron. It's like, what? Just because he's now a chairman and CEO? It's like, what? Get out of here. That's what I say. Oh, we have another one. Alright, guys. Oh, be more the reader. Come on. Don't say that. Let's come on. Keep it down. Keep it down. Keep it down. Bring it down a notch. I'm not that great. GME leadership hasn't done anything productive since taken over. Everything Ryan Cohen and GME has done has failed. He just cuts. What? Is cutting not doing anything? What is cutting to you? Whoever bad back 00 over here, a 7. It's like, so what is cutting to you? Isn't that an action to at least save the company? I mean, that's to me, that's doing something. So the fact that you're saying that they have not done anything, what do you mean by that? You have to elaborate a little bit here, because you coming in here and say, so give me some example of leadership has not done anything. Yeah. Ryan Cohen's gonna show them, tell them be more. I know. I mean, look, I don't live with I don't live with Ryan Cohen, so I don't know what his playbook is, but the result so far I like, because like, it's all about the bottom line, right? If he consistently doing this to the balance sheet and consistently growing, gross profit margin to the point where it makes sense, right? The digit goes up and up. That's a good thing. So to me, he's at least doing something right to trend it up, right? So to say that he hasn't done anything and then all he's doing is cuts. I mean, cutting is doing something, in my opinion, right? Because again, what are people stampeding to do right now? Every single company out there, job cuts, right? They're stampeding to do something, which is cutting. So, CEO, Adam, I keep saying Adam Aaron. Our leadership in GameStop has been cutting for 3 years, you guys. Okay, so we know this. People just coming here and saying Ryan Cohen doesn't do anything needs to present a different case here. So what do you want him to do? How about that? If you're saying he's not doing anything, what do you want him to do for this company? I mean, at what action? Like, present me something like that. Then I would be like, oh, okay, you're right. Like, he didn't do that. Okay, so tell me. Bimo, where did you go to college? I don't have it. No, I'm kidding. No, I had a bachelor degree in food and nutrition, so it's not related to finance at all. Just my first choice at the time. I wanted to go to nursing school, but I didn't have the talent for it. So next best thing was food and nutrition. That's all. And now I'm just a regular dietary worker. That's it. Thank you for asking, though. Ryan Cohen is trapping shorts. Mo asked soon. I don't know. I don't know if he's trapping anything. I think he's just doing the best for the company. The best way he know how. That's all it is. I think he's trying to build his legacy, and build his own wealth, build his the way that he thinks it's best, for society at large. I don't know if he think of it in that grand scheme of things, right? But to me, he's just a hard worker. He wants to do best by his own principle. The best for himself, obviously, and guided by principle. He's trying to do the right thing. What he thinks is the right thing, which is that I think that this is why he take on this challenge, right? To turn this company around, and he saw the opportunity of the niche group, right, of gaming industry. He saw, because he was like, if you look at Chewy, for example, right? Chewy was a very niche, very you have a lot of loyal customer coming in, and I think that's what he's trying to build as well, with this group of shoppers or whatever, right? Gamers are notorious at knowing what they want, very fanatic about what they are doing, very assured of themselves. Like, the equipment that they need, it needs to be top conditions and all that stuff. And this is the money making opportunity to make something great, to build something at least last for decades on end. And I think Ryan Cohen saw that opportunity, and to make a name for himself as well, right? Even though he's already been successful in Chewy, he's just too young to retire yet. He even said that himself too. And so if you see that this guy is somehow, I don't think he's trying to save humanity, but because of his working ethic, because of his background, his father was a very kind of large influence on him, as a hardworking, I think a glassware seller of some sort. So he saw that, and perhaps he's trying to honor his father, his family legacy, right? So this type of people I resonate with, because at the very least they stand for something, and hopefully I'm just very admiring him in this sense. Of course, I'm biased in that sense because I admire him in the other area of his life, not just the business type of thing. I just never see any CEO does this ever, right? So in the history of America, you don't see that. And I like stuff like that, where this is new, this is very kind of like captivating to me in that sense. And people who lead who take the lead like that, you should not at least ignore them, you know. This is the type that I think Wall Street love that type of people too, but right now they just don't want retail to have it. They just don't want retail to realize that yet. And so that's why they send all these people coming in, all this, you know, bow tie nation type, right? It's like, oh, don't look at GameStop, look at AMC instead, type thing, right? Wedbush tells you that it's gonna be $19 in a couple months, and you know, AMC is the largest movie theater, and all of that, like fluff. And so to try to drive you away from what is the real thing. And this is what the news is doing. You know, Yahoo Finance and all that stuff. If you look at the way that they cover, you know, GameStop versus they cover something else that they want you to buy into, like SoFi, for example, recently, which I told you before. You know, all that stuff you have to like think about yourself, and you know, and come with your own conclusion. Whether you like Ryan Cohen or not really doesn't matter. Whether you buy into this stock or not really doesn't matter, because you don't move the stock in any way. So I mean, the best thing that you could do is to realize the value of the company the best way you know how. And this is how, you know, I tend to evaluate the stock that I want to hold, whether I want to hold it for a couple months, a couple years, 2 years, or whatever. That's on you, right? And I like to look at the numbers and stuff like that. Pretty good with that, in my own opinion, right? And so you could extrapolate those data, and if it makes sense to you. Now, I know some of you probably think that this company is trash. Okay, so if that's the case, that's on you as well. So I'm seeing the same data that you're seeing. You think it's trash? I think it's a treasure, right? And so let's only time could tell this. Only time could tell who's right and who's wrong. But I think I'm right on this. Canceling earnings call 2 quarters in a row doesn't instill confidence among investors. Well, I mean, to me, I don't mind that. You know why? Because earnings call doesn't really do anything for me as an investor, okay? But maybe I'm an amateur, right? Maybe I'm just an investor that really kind of sold on Ryan Cohen and not the actual company itself. But I think of it in a different way, though. To me, it's all about numbers, right? So let's say they cancel earnings call. Why are they cancel earnings call? Well, I don't know what's the problem that is, right? But what if I see this type of number and they can't cancel earnings call? Do I really care about that earnings call? And I've said that before, where, you know, I don't mind Ryan Cohen speaking, right? But I don't mind he's not speaking either. Word doesn't mean anything, you know, like you could say anything, just like Adam Aaron. Like when he comes out in an earnings call, does that make his balance sheets any better than it is? So whatever the balance sheet is saying, you know, this is all you need to see. So earnings call, what? You want a forward guidance? Is that what you're trying to say? You know, I'm confident, even though I don't hear from Brian Cohen. My point is that all I need to see is the number. So if the number keeps going in the right trend, I don't need him to speak at all. That demonstrates to me he's doing something right. That's it. No MOAS, it's fundamental now. Well, MOAS will happen when we are in S&P 500 for 5 years, I think. That's my prediction. Here's my question. Okay, exhibit. Why would anyone buy into a company whose leadership can't be bothered to update investor on the outlook? That's fine. Why would... Well, I think I answered that question already. Bum, bum, bum. I think eventually he will. If there's enough, what is it called? Big institution out there. But I think he's just a different type of CEO. I think it cut from a different cloth, so to speak, right? And I think it's somewhere attuned to Elon Musk. I see some similarity there, but a little bit difference. That he's not big on boasting on anything, right? It's like he's not big on telling you what he's going to do. He want to show you what he can do, and that's it, right? That personality type, that's what I'm resonate with. That's why I am in here, because I see people who are like just boasting, like, oh, I got all this stuff. Look, I'm gonna be doing this in 2 years, right? Or next quarter, I'm gonna be able to grab, I don't know, however my market share. Sorry, I need a drink, you guys. I'm sorry. There's 10 of you in here. Like, that's the most I've ever talked in my whole life. I'm sorry, my bad. Sorry. Ugh. But what I'm trying to say is that it really doesn't matter what he does or say, right? Again, it doesn't really change what's happening in the company. Numbers don't lie, so why do you need words to do what? So you could feel better about your investment? No, number should make you feel better about your investment. And mostly, those words could really skewed the real result here, in my opinion, right? Because you could mislead people into thinking, that the company is more valuable than it actually is. So number is all you need to see to get to that point. I mean, look at the SoFi. I think I showed you this last time. Look at this. Free cash flow. Negative. Now again, like, I'm not qualified enough to evaluate a financial balance sheet here. This is SoFi balance sheet, you guys. Like, cash flow positive. I mean, cash flow is in the negative. So it makes sense why they want you to buy into it at this moment. You see CNBC promoting it like crazy. And this is what I'm worried about. Like, people, it's like when people like this coming into you, presenting to you, look, bullish case for SoFi. Like, and this is 9 days ago. It seems like they know where the bottom is. Again, like, allegedly, this is just my observation here. I'm just saying to you guys, words really does influence people in the wrong direction. So I like this type of leadership because he's not there to mislead you. Okay? If you like the number, invest in it. If you don't, go away. That's it. That's simple. Right? You see all this, like, when did that video? Probably around here, I bet. Right? Right here. So 9 days ago they pump it. 12 days ago they brought this guys up saying, oh, price target is going to be $9, and it was at $4, right? All of that stuff. And now, guess what? A few days ago, what happened? They downgraded. Boom. So what is that? That's what words do to people. That's what I'm saying. Case in point. Okay. What up, fam? Thank you. The leadership is great. He got a bunch of buddy dragonfly. Okay, dragonfly. Raccoon's got snake on the board. He is not done clearing house. Okay, which one do you think is the snake on the board of directors here? I'm not sure yet. Hey, morons, Rands. What the heck is this guy? Are you okay? Did you send Pippi? You're not. It's not. Come on, Emmanuel, whatever your name is. Can you respect the guy real quick? Rants, okay? He's the best. Oh, Ryan Cohen did something. Don't forget the NFT marketplace. Really? You're still on that? Come on. So the NFT marketplace is actually a good platform. Right now it's because of the regulator on the crypto market. Have you seen crypto market lately? Like the people are stampeding to get a Bitcoin ETF right now. Do you not get that? Don't you not get how ahead of its time it is to have an NFT marketplace 2 years ago, when now people are stampeding? Right? Like again, like people are not forward thinking this at all, saying that, oh, NFT marketplace is just a throwaway money. No, it's still there. Okay, it's on the shelf right now, yes, to be launched later on when it makes sense, when the regulator gets their act together. That's it. And once it happens, we're gonna product fit that particular platform to be the powerhouse. Again, I hope it's gonna be soon, but if it's 10 years from now, it will be 10 years from now, right? Whatever it takes. But that platform will still be there, operating on the blockchain, through Loopring or whatever. So once that happens, we just need to have the regulator to be on board with it. There's money to be made here. There's trillions of dollars in market cap. You think that these big guys are not there's not going to take a pie on that one? Come on. It's like, again, you're trying to bring something up. And it's actually a good thing, actually, that you bring that up, because I'm like, really? Oh, look, it's a fail platform. I'm like, really? You I think, okay, so you only evaluate something in 2 years and you say it's a fail thing, right? It's like, how much money do you think they're gonna make from that in 2 years? So people underestimate or overestimate what they could do in 2 years and underestimate what they could do in 10 years. Don't you get that saying? It means that people are so impatient that they give up so quickly in 2 years when they could do much more in 10 years. You see what I mean? It's like, again, you're short-term minded people here that comes in here that always like bashing on GameStop here. And this is a good thing, actually. I do actually appreciate that you bring those things up, because again, those things really doesn't matter, right? Cutting is all he's done. Okay. He's failed with his NFT marketplace pivot, his hires. He brought into the pivot. Brought in to pivot, has all left the company. He hasn't increased sales or company growth. Okay. You can't just cut and defer build. What? Okay. People. I mean, short-minded people. Alright, so you're saying that the only thing that he's doing is cutting. Cutting is doing something, okay? I told you about the NFT marketplace. His hires that he brought in to pivot the company, well, they left for many reasons. I don't know what the internal struggle is, but now we have a CEO and a chairman that aligns with, shareholders, right? He's an actual shareholder equity. Oh, this is another thing too. With Ryan Cohen, name a CEO out there that actually uses money to buy into the share of the company, right? That's one. That's like immensely right there. So he's actually a shareholder right now, but he just uses knowledge to run this company the best way he knows how, right? Yes, there's a hiccup along the line, but we're working through that. And when working through that, and you only come out ahead of it, losing $8 million in the current time, trailing 12, right? That's immensely good already, right? Yes, he's here to stop the bleed or whatever. He's here to, put out the fire, so to speak, right? Great. So now he could build on top of that pile of ash, right? So it's a blank slate. It's a good place to be at this moment. As far as growing the company, top line revenue, again, that's gonna come. What are you thinking? Like what's happening in the world right now that you don't see, that you don't seem to kind of like understand? There's no real demand out there. Okay, that's why people are laying off like crazy. 1.5 million job was lost last year or last month or whatever. Right? Did you see the job data lately? Come on. And then what? You can't just cut and defer bill? What bill are you talking about? It's like, what bill are you talking about, sir? Okay, let me look at, how about look at the stat real quick? It's just a quick thing to look into. So, currently, they have a gross of 1.3, right? Operating income, yes, we're gonna work this out in the next quarter. It's gonna be a lot better. Net income, look at this, right? EBITDA right here, it's positive. I know EBITDA is a little bit, Fugazi or whatever. Fugazi, I shouldn't say that one, but it's a little bit skewed because it's accounted for depreciation and amortization. We don't want that. We want this one to be positive, which we will in the next few months or so. Well, that's what I'm hoping, right? We can't assume that, but if the number comes out positive, I will still approve this leadership. Okay, if it's coming down more negative, okay, let me try to reassess that. It's like, what did they do? Did they use money to do something? Did they buy some other company that could expand the company, right, in some way? So as far as you saying that they're deferring bill, what are you talking about? So currently they have cash right here, total debt, okay, that's just like short-term debt, right? Meaning like year on year. So even if they're paying everything out, all this total debt that they need to operate, the company, whatever, account payable, inventory or whatever, even if they pay all of that, they still have close to $600 million left. So what are you talking about that they don't pay their bill? To me, they actually have, like, let's say they're filing for bankruptcy right now, which is the stupidest thing to do. Why would they do that? But let's say they are the dumbest person in the world, right? They would still have $600 million left. Okay? Just the net cash alone. This is just, again, balance sheets, net cash. And working capital, look, close to $1 billion. It's a dream. Look at SoFi. Let's look at SoFi real quick. This is a banking stock versus banking stock. What is their working capital? Non-existent. What is their net cash position? Negative $1 billion. I mean, come on, like comparing, you can't compare. You just can't. Okay. I mean, how about this? Like, they're not paying their bills. Are you saying that? Is it only GameStop that doesn't pay their bills, or what? Brian Cohen should buy AMC. Even if Ryan Cohen got to AMC, he couldn't change AMC. You just have to realize that, because AMC is not changeable. It's owned by something else already, unless you are the bond holder. Okay, you buying bonds or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. There must be a trick to buy that company, but you have to pay a pretty penny to do that. Okay, he's a basic edgy. Food and nutrition, that's important stuff. Don't downplay it. Oh, thank you. You are basic. Chewy was unprofitable. Really? Again? Like, come on. Okay, so what is Chewy? So Chewy was bought by, how much was he sold it for? If it's so unvaluable, if it's so unprofitable to the point where it's not valuable, why would they pay $3.3 billion for it? Are these people the stupid people in the world? Why would they buy some company that is not profitable and it doesn't have any value at all and pay $3.3 billion for it? You have to ask yourself that, Scott Allen. Was it Scott Allen? Yes, Scott Allen. So it has to have some value in it, right? Why would they pay that? Are these people the dumbest people? Did they just give Ryan Cohen and the co-founder money? Just, here you go. I feel sorry for you. Here's $3.3 billion for your company because it's unprofitable. Let me just do it as out of the goodness of my heart. It's like, it's not that way. The reason why they pay that much is because they see some value in it. Okay? So just man, these people. Profit don't matter. Well, at some point it does, you guys. But again, like, business, when you create the brand, the recognition and all that stuff, it takes some time to do that. You think like Apple is an Apple in 8 years? Can Apple be an Apple today in 8 years? No, of course not. I mean, it took Apple's like at least 20 years to be the brand that it is today, And so it does take time, and then, you have to do the right thing and all that stuff. And it takes time and effort, right? And knowledge and patience. And I think Ryan Cohen has that for GameStop. You all crying like a baby. A Boy Scout. Right, crying. Yes. Let them know. What work ethic? He can't even give his shareholder a earnings call to explain and tell what company direction. Really? Okay, bad. I can't even say your screen name. You 007 over here. Okay. So you're saying because he doesn't give an earnings call, you are kicking and screaming because he doesn't talk to you or talk to the shareholder. Are you even a shareholder? How many shares do you own, sir? There is bias. Okay, there it is bias. I mean, okay, I could admit that I am biased because I own this company. Okay, not this one. Not, well, some shares of that, but majority this company. Okay, I get that. I am trying to find reason not to own this stock. So please tell me this without all of this, shenanigans. Oh, because he doesn't talk to me. because the CEO of the company don't talk to the shareholder. Is there any other things that you have about this company? Real reason though. I'm looking for real reason as to why I should not invest in this company. So don't get at me at the NFT marketplace, because I understand this pretty well. It takes some time for that to play out, right? Don't talk to me about earnings call, whether he's talking to the shareholder or not, okay? Because that's not the problem. I'm looking for, like, this leadership has been wasting money, pisting it away due to stupid reason. That's what I'm looking for. So if you could find that, then come to talk to me. Okay. Sell your share and leave. Yes. Peace out. Why would I have a share in this zombie shitco? Okay, then don't be here complaining. It's like, okay, zombie shitco, that's fine. Don't buy, please. Let us crazy people here do. Okay, AMC squeeze when the theater were closed. Come on, Manuel. So, I mean, I was during that time too. I was, experiences the run. Yeah. It was like one of those times when I was like, oh, I made it in this world, right? But of course, like, I was there because I was lucky. I bought it weeks before it run out. It run up. And so I get it, people are still looking for that high. That run. But you have to understand that today's, because of the split, see this? The reverse stock split and the conversion killed it. It did. And people who thinks that it didn't is mislead. But you see that run when the theater was closed? Look at this. That run, it has to go up to close to $400. Do you think this stock worth $400? I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it. Currently, if you look at it's the all-time low. And don't think that it's gonna not ever go lower. It can go lower. How low can it go? Well, you'll find out. Ask Bed Bath & Beyond crowd. Then why are you here? Just to troll. Yes, trolly. Why are you crying like a little boy? But oh, come on, you guys. Let's be civil, huh? Let's be civil. I'm green. Oh. Well, I'm red, XB. What's going on here? I am red. And I'm still holding to this to this shitco, so to speak, right? To the point where this bow tie gentleman here is kind of telling people to not touch this company. Who cares? You have a negative cost base, buddy. Okay, who cares? Values. Value? Yeah, value. Oh, you're talking about Chewy? Yeah, Chewy, look at this. Like the same narrative, right? Like, are you part of the group here? Of this guy? So it's like, Chewy is not profitable. He got lucky for Chewy. It's like, what the hell? It's like, really? Do you actually think that? How many people on this earth got so lucky to have $3 billion company being sold that they make from PetSmart, right? Unless PetSmart people are just the dumbest person in the world, or group of people who bought an unprofitable company that has no value whatsoever. And that's the point too. Wouldn't that make Ryan Cohen the best salesman ever? That he was able to buy sell a company at $3 billion, right? And have them pay for that much for an unprofitable company. I mean, that's kudos to Ryan Cohen right there, you know? Buy and hold, not sure about DRS though. Yeah, I don't DRS my shares. There's enough people doing that already. And plus, I don't want to figure out how to sell it out of it and all that stuff. But as far as DRSing, I'm not quite sure. Ryan Cohen loves animal. I like Ryan Cohen's story. Not really telling you're wrong. Hold on. Not reality tells you're wrong. Wait, I don't know what you're talking about there. Wait, no reality tells you're wrong. I have no idea what you're talking about there. Bad. 007 over there. Why don't you mind it? Because you're biased? Sure. I mean, I could be biased, but you're biased on the other side too, right? So we could admit that we're all biased here. So let's try to find a middle ground somewhere. That's what I'm here for. It's like I'm still waiting on all of the bear case here. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased and not seeing that information. Could you bring something else up besides all those points that you're saying about Chewy not being profitable? He's done nothing even though he's cutting. So to me, that's done something, right? At least he makes some sort of action of cutting. That's pretty. To me, that's action based versus not cutting. So okay, and then what else? It's like if he continued to cut but yet increase the gross profit by $100 million, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That means nothing to you at all. Why don't I care about the earnings call thing? Again, to me, it's words, just words. That's it. Words mean nothing to me. Show me the number. Show me the money. Type thing, It's like people could say all sorts of things, but you have to, kind of hold them to the, fire here if they don't deliver. Ryan Cohen is a personality type that he will under-promise and over-deliver every time, which he had done based on the number that I'm seeing. Unless you're doing a different math here, I don't know. What kind of math are you doing? What metric are you using, to say this? Oh my God. This is very fun, you guys. I appreciate all of you coming in, even the Scott Allen of the world over here. I really appreciate the engagement here. And I truly think that, so at least some action here that I'm encouraging you to come out here and say those things. All it is, it's just opinion based here, it's nothing here is being biased whatsoever. Not sure what I just said right now, so just ignore that part. You guys are fraud, wrong side of history. You don't know much, but I know you're wrong. Canceling, it's the same thing here, because there is a retail investor. Okay. It's about institutional investor who ain't buying into the stock, and you admitted that retail doesn't move the stock market. So, okay, that's fine. Eventually we will. Eventually we will accumulate the stock so much so that at some point institutions gonna have to buy in. You know why? Because they're profitable. They're so profitable that they can't stand on the sideline anymore. Think about it. If you find a company that used to be shit company, okay, people bid against it like crazy. You know, that's in and of itself, it's an asymmetrical, asymmetrical value that comes out of that because people bet against it so much. And so let's say, 5 years from now, we're still here. People still making video about GameStop. And 5 years from now, we are able to generate so much money that these people are not going to sit on the sideline anymore. How about that? You're just looking at 3 years time span here. We're looking at like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now. And even if, GameStop makes only $100 million a year, and this is a low ball here, right? Because how do I know that they make more money here? I mean, if you look at the income statement here, right there, let me highlight it. This is before all of shenanigans. Like, people would like to tell you, oh, this company don't make money. Look, they burn money. Look, they burn $1 billion over here. Well, we all know what that is. Those was the impairment charge. Okay, so those are an outlier. You don't just look at that number and say, oh, the company is done. You look at other stuff. Okay, so hopefully at some point we're gonna be profitable again, which we're hoping, right? Okay, I know it's a lot of hope, a lot of biasy here. I get that, but you can't look at the number and say they're gonna continue to burn cash, right? They're gonna continue to cut. They're gonna continue to do this or whatever, like without looking at the bottom line. So if you look at this 27 right here, look, they make money. It's not like they have not make money. And even if they make this small amount every year, it's still money. Okay? Let's say lowball over here. They're so small, Brian Cohen is so dumb, okay, that he was able to make only $30 million a year. You think $30 million a year is small amount of money? What if you able to stash that away? I mean, $30 million a year times 10 years. Let's say that's all we could accumulate, or that's all we could make. What is that? That's $300 million. What if we just stash that in a treasury bond still? Or use that money to buy into another small company that hopefully will bring some more value to the company, right? So, and what people don't realize here, or want you to not realize here, people, Scott Allens of the world over here, do you realize that we're a holding company now? We're not like just at the whims of what's happening in the retail space. I mean, even just the retail alone, if you just evaluate this business right now, at this moment, if GameStop were to IPO today, what price would it be selling at to you? So you have to be honest with that as well. And so, the price that it is today, again, I'm not experienced enough to give the price point here. You guys may think it's $1.25, but that seems low to me. Okay, if it goes down to $1.25, let it be. But it's still, nothing changed with the balance sheets, right? And so why would I sell out then? Why wouldn't I want to add more at $1.25, right? And so next generation MacBook will be sold. GME. Not quite sure what that is. Uncle Eric, appreciate you coming in. Bed Bath & Beyond, sure. Rest in peace. Who? I don't know what that is. cares about guidance? That's probably silly stuff. Or you'd probably say, who cares about guidance? Get a grip. It's amazing that these baggies hasn't learned anything in 3 years. They still haven't educated themselves on the work of the market. Okay, well, educate us on the working of the markets, please. Who makes the market moves? What do you think makes the stock goes higher? And if the stock price doesn't really matter, like, what is the education? I know that you're traders, right? You're probably traders, which I used to be one, and I didn't like it. I'm not educated enough, okay, to be trading stock day in and day out. But I kind of know a little bit about trading, a little bit, not much, but enough to know that sometimes news is the one who pump things up, right? I get that, but eventually it's going to come to the fundamental of the company, right? The balance sheets really matter. That's what Warren Buffett has been doing most of the time, right? I mean, how many stocks does Warren Buffett owns right now? For decades. He doesn't care about what price it is. He cares about the actual, meat and potato of things, right? Okay. So, bad back was, wait. What are you holding? Tell us. Okay. Look at these straw man argument. What straw man argument? I think I'm very behind on the chat here, you guys. I'm sorry. My account went up when the stock market went down. Be more is learning like the rest of us. Please be respectful. Oh, thank you, not sir. I know, people's gonna be trolls, and but I appreciate that though. I mean, look, I know that I'm not the best, investor in the world. I would have been a billionaire by now, right? But I'm learning, and this is what learning is all about. And if you're saying to me that this company is shit, and I'm seeing something different, should I said something about that? And if I see all these news head, or these big channel pumping AMC, I mean, even though he has a great platform, should I say something about that? I think it's wrong, in my opinion, right? Does that mean this guy is the dumbest person in the world? No. He's probably just as, impressionable as the rest of us, right? With the bow tie and the suits and stuff, with his wet bush analysis, right? And so, when I see stock like this that has billions of dollars in the negative, and then the forecast is for me to hold, shouldn't I have some opinion on that? I have my own kind of like head here, own brain to try to think or to say otherwise, right? We'll talk about what we ain't talk about what is holding. We're talking about the claim being made here that Ryan Cohen and about Ryan Cohen. Okay. It's my opinion. Like you're allowed to have your opinion about Ryan Cohen if you want, which you have already, saying that he's done nothing for the company. Okay, great. When did the bear become so stupid? Sorry, you guys, I'm behind on the chat here. These trolls are so funny. Let's see. I don't mind being bearish. Why are they so mad? I'm sorry, expect you lose playing options. Scott Allen, why are you so mad? Okay, but all of these are comments that are borderline stupid. Yes, yes, yes. Nobody is mad. Why are we holding Scott? What are we holding Scott? You are... Wait. You're the one who ignoring the reality running on your bias and admiring. Okay. I agree. Sure. You have some good points there, Scott Allen. I appreciate you. Where do you gonna buy next? Console. Gabriel, okay. Sorry, you guys. I'm too dumb to read really fast, so I appreciate you all. Okay, I would buy it somewhere where it's being sold cheaper than at GameStop. Okay. Competitive, Gabriel North. Okay, just an early. Sorry, you guys, I'm skimming through your comments here. Why my Morans kicked him. Okay, Gabriel, do you go back to GameStop? Jimmy will go to the moon. I don't know about that right now. We'll see. Prices are terrible. Okay. Who cares about what the price and short-term bullish bias investment for you all? Okay. Cool. All right, people are firing today. What's happening? I know. All right, sorry, I'm skipping some of your comment. Gabriel, I'm not a pro and okay, scroll down. Let people be negative. Damn you. Come on, you guys, come on. Be nice. I hope I'm wrong. Okay. Scott, here we go. These hopeful statements about the future. Okay. I get that. I appreciate you. I mean, if you don't have hopes for the future, come on. You need to have some hope here. But it's not based on like some idea that it's not a reality, grounded in reality here. Performance line, Gabriel. Okay. Oh my goodness, I cannot catch up to your comments here. So many of you guys. I just love the stock and understand the underlying market. Do I always buy? I always think it might be expensive at you're from Europe or something? $16 stock price. Oh, 16 euro. Can you hold the dual reasoning if you start using your brain? True, Buy puts. Damn you always like it. All right, people are having fun. I appreciate that, you guys. Private equity, let's go. Let's go. All right, I'm skipping all of your comment. I'm so sorry. Why are you here? Okay. Let people talk. Morans! I just found out that Ryan Cohen is private equity. What? I'm seriously thinking about tying my bag. Wait, tying my bag on my neck and ended. No, where is that? I need to see that document. You know, Moran Seppi. Man, if that's the case, of course we're gonna, pack our bag. But is that the truth? And if you could find that, of course we'll reassess our investment here. Wasting money and all that stuff. North Star. Me and North Star, yes. My goodness, oh my god, I appreciate all of you coming in. Now my rants is here, I'm getting nervous, so I can't even talk. I should put the chat down here. I'm so terrible at this, you guys. Okay, so you think GME shares price has been declining is because of the option chain. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why it's declining. I'm happy that it is. Not quite sure if it's option chain or not, market maker or not. Really don't care about that at all. But what I care about is the fundamental of the company. Where are they going next? You know how like people are saying, oh, stock market is forward looking, right? But for some reason, for GameStop, it's not forward looking at all. Just look in the past. They want you to focus on the past all the time. Why only one stock that is so backward looking versus forward looking? So that's what I'm using my brain to do. Is like, there seems to be a concerted effort to make you believe a certain thing about this company, and all I'm presenting here is that why would you every single time I hear about GameStop, it's always Bed Bath & Beyond, right? Ryan Cohen invests in Bed Bath & Beyond. Ryan Cohen, Chewy is not profitable company. All of that stuff, right? Why? It has nothing to do with GameStop whatsoever, right? Yes, he did use his own money to buy into Bed Bath & Beyond. We all know the story, this. And still, the news media never tell you the real story. Never tell you the whole story about Bed Bath & Beyond. Brian Susie, who's the 12 years analyst of experience here, never tells you anything about Bed Bath & Beyond, like the true story. Only the fact that Ryan Cohen is a failure at turning or tried to change Bed Bath & Beyond, and he couldn't. Well, how could he if the leadership wouldn't want to cooperate with him? You see what I mean? So if they were to do what Ryan Cohen would suggest to them to do, Bed Bath & Beyond would still be here today. But they don't want to. So he left. He sold for the profit. He sold and made some money on it because, like he said, his perspective of the business has changed. That's it. I mean, isn't that what investing is all about? Smart investing is all about. You have one idea about a business, you buy into it, you thought you could change the business for the better, and when you couldn't, you change your thesis. That's it. So, you have to kind of have that dual mind to think about, like, whenever I got into this company, I told myself, like, hey, there's some it's not like I'm getting here and then locked in for life or anything like that. If something changed about this company, I'm going to reassess, right? Because it's my future here. It's like I'm trying to build my future. So this is what matters to me, is that when I see stuff like this happening, and this is why I learned to evaluate balance sheets myself, like just recently, and just learning as I'm going, Googling things and all that stuff, because no analyst out there is willing to give this company a fair shares. You see this? One freaking analyst, really, that's willing to give this company something? That's not a red flag to you whatsoever. I mean, if that's the case, okay, do you, just believe that. Okay, that's only one source. That's it. Just believe that. And every single YouTuber quote Wedbush analysis, okay? Every single one. And you have to question yourself too. Why? Why only one? And not just these YouTubers, even Yahoo Finance, even Charles Schwab, right? Every network out there just quote Wedbush. Oh, Wedbush said this. Oh, Wedbush said this about GameStop. Okay, well, I need a new eyes. I need a fresh eye. So since nobody's willing to do that, I have to learn for myself. Yes, it's flawed because it's based on my own limited education on the financial balance sheets and all that stuff. But I'm pretty good at pluses and minuses, right? I could do the math. If their top line revenue is down by 300 million, but yet their gross profit, right here, the gross profit goes up by $100 million. This is a year, okay, time frame. That's something, right? So let's say they continue to trend that way for another decade. So that's $1 billion right there. And if $1 billion doesn't cause the institutional investor to come in, I don't know what is, right? And on top of that, we're going to build a whole bunch of other stuff that you might kind of trash on immediately every time they come in. Oh my goodness, you guys. I apologize. I'm not good at reading the comment. So I hope you guys see it over here as it rolled through. But I will go back to read all of these comments and maybe make pre-recorded video on this. Ooh, this is harder. It's so hard. My hat goes off to Marantz, and if you're still here, appreciate you. Appreciate all of you, actually, even the people that are meltdowners over here. Present good. Give me a good stream here, because I would have just babbling on with no interaction whatsoever. So I appreciate those comments as well. And yeah, I mean, if you're just trolling, I appreciate that too. It makes life a little bit more colorful, right? Disagreeing, discord, and all that stuff. As long as it's a respectful comment, I welcome it very, very much. Let's see. I think that's all I have, you guys. This is hard. Just thinking off the fly and all that stuff. I do feel like I get better at it as I'm doing these live streams and stuff. So, and again, appreciate the interaction, appreciate the comments and everything. And I will go back to read all of these comments. So, and then if I see something that I want to address about GameStop not being profitable and it's a shitty company to own and all that stuff, and if I find something that I'm kind of okay, let me present this bearish case to people and see if it makes sense to other people. I'm not above that. Look, if I could find something that is reasonable, that you're telling me, hey, this company is shit because this, leadership is not doing anything, whatever. Sure, I could present that to my audience. I think my audience is mature enough to make their own decision, even more mature than me, and I'm hoping that people who are just catching the live stream or even my channel could at least learn to get the data straight from the source, as far as like the balance sheets and all that stuff. And yeah, companies, updates, so to speak. So all of those. Alright guys, I'm gonna end here. I apologize if I don't get to your comments online. What I'm hoping is that it catch on the live stream, and if you wanna, I will go through all those comments later in my own time. It's gonna take me a while because you guys are very fires over here. Also, I may greatly disagree with Bmore, but at least she let people express their view. Oh yes, I mean, I'm happy that you feel comfortable enough to express your view, and I respect your view, honestly, but I feel like most of the view that you have is wrong about the company. Again, I'm biased, and of course, I addressed it before. I am hopefullys all the time, hopefully, a lot of hopefullys. But hey, that's how investing work, is that you project ahead of time. You can't predict the future, obviously, but hopefully with the trend that was the past, you could deduct, hey, the projection is better, or the projection is worse, top line revenue is down, but the gross profit is up. What does that mean? Do you mean, all of that stuff. And if you think that that's bad, then don't buy the company. Yeah, it's go look at other company. Other opportunities out there. You have Bitcoins over here. You have a whole bunch of other markets that you could go to. Not just GME here. GME is not the only opportunity out there. I just happen to know a lot more about GME than any other company. That's why I talk about it. That's it. And whether you want to buy into it, that's on you. Like, again, it makes no difference to me whatsoever if you buy into it or not. I'm just kind of like a long-term investor type of thing, where I learn to kind of find value when people are thinking that it's trash. I'm like, oh, let me think about that. Let me see if it's actually trash, or maybe I could find something that people are missing, right? And this is where Rowan Kitty was making the video. His live stream, 5 reasons why you should buy into Gamestop, right? And those type of thing is valuable. And the thing that he was talking about in his video, we already have done, and more actually. So now you have not only free cash flow for 4 executive trailing 12 already right here. We've been free cash flow for 4 executive quarters. Okay, that means something. And then what else? We have $500 $500 million price thing. That's pretty good, like net profit. So hopefully, if the next trend is the same way, I'm hoping that it's going to be $500 million next year. Okay, again, a lot of hopefullys, but again, this is based on data, right? Current data. How do I know this? Well, if you look at compare it, this is last 22, right? 22. Sorry, I'm getting to the end here. So right there. So if you look at that number and see, okay, so they top line revenue went down, but look at the gross profit. It's inching little by little. Again, it's slow for most people who are trading this stock. They're like, this stock is trash. But they don't look at this in the long term. So that's just my point there. And the fact that you have this community here, the fact that you have Ryan Cohen at the helm. We trust Ryan Cohen. That's why we invest in this company as well. So we like his style of leadership. Well, when I said we, I mean me. So again, like, all of that stuff is biased. I fully admit that. But I'm in here for a long time, so not much. All right. I know you guys keep commenting. Again, apologize for not reading all the comments here. And I will end it here. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.